The state of our city is best described as challenged. That's probably the best word I could come up with.
In a tense and confrontational state of the city address, Palm Coast Mayor Mike Norris abandoned the usual tone of civic optimism, instead leveling explosive accusations at developers, political opponents, and even city staff, claiming a coordinated effort is underway to push him out of office.
We are still under the mercy of the swamp peddlers. We are facing mounting debt for failed planning and economic development and growth to support the existing residents. You know the ones that are footing the tax bills, us, the residents of Palm Coast. And the answer from the swamp peddler landowners is urban sprawl.
At the center of his criticism, a $100 million West Side sports complex he says was fast-tracked without real public input.
We have two major projects that are being proposed for the west side of the city. One is dependent on the sports facility being built, and the decision has already been made by the powers that be in our community that for that venture, we're at our expense. You will pay the tab for that sports facility on the west side to increase the profit margins of the swamp peddlers.
The most jarring moments came when Norris alleged a conspiracy involving developers and former political figures to destabilize city leadership.
We have organizations in our community encouraging city employees to file trumped-up HR charges to force a duly elected mayor out of office, backed by politicians that were soundly defeated in November. These are the headwinds that I have faced in the first few months of being in office. It's challenging to say the least.
Norris pointed to the March protest organized by the Flagler Home Builders Association against his proposed housing moratorium as further evidence of intimidation.
The mere mention of a moratorium on residential housing a couple of weeks ago at City Hall was met with a blockade of our City Hall by elements of the Flagler County Home Builders Association. Let that sink in. Our City Hall was blockaded by the building industry. Sure. That was quite astonishing and shows you who actually runs our city.
In March, the Palm Coast City Council approved a third-party investigation into Mayor Mike Norris over an alleged charter violation after he reportedly demanded the resignations of interim city manager Lauren Johnston and chief of staff Jason DeLorenzo during a private meeting. Mayor Mike Norris denies the allegation. Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Friday, April 11th. Two Matanzas High School students are arrested for burglaries. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
Two female teenage students of Matanzas High School found out that high school is not the place to learn how to burglarize autos, as they decided to skip class and burglarize cars in the parking lot of Matanzas High School of other students. I want to commend the witness that saw something suspicious and reported it. Deputies responded and arrested both of these students. Parents, I remind you to be the sheriff in your home and teach your kids that skipping class to commit auto burglaries is illegal and is not what school is for. These students are now facing felonies. Parents, talk to your children about the consequences of their action, or we will when we arrest them. Hopefully, these two students will get their life on the right track and not start down the path of crime.
And in other news involving the Flagler County Sheriff's Office, a drug house is closed for business.
Our Special Investigations Unit SWAT team closed another drug house, this time in Bunnell. During the search and arrest, 625 grams of marijuana, 199 THC cartridges, 2 grams of THC oil, and cash, along with multiple scales and packing materials and a firearm, were seized. I want to commend the concerned resident who saw something and said something to help us shut down this drug house. Also arrested was an individual that interfered during the service of the search warrant. I promise you that if you interfere in a high-risk search warrant by not following deputies' orders and running towards the home being searched or the suspect, it'll get you arrested every time, which one individual found out the hard way. Another great job by our undercover deputies in cleaning up poison peddlers and drug houses in Flagler County.
Coming up after the 9 o'clock news, Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley and 7th Judicial Circuit State Attorney R.J. Larrizza will join us as guests on WNZF's Free for All Friday. Listen live on News Radio WNZF or watch live on the Flagler Radio YouTube channel and the WNZF Facebook page. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow you. It's time to find out about all the family fun happening in Flagler County this weekend. This is Stacy with Fun for Augie Kids.
This weekend, the Florida Agricultural Museum is hosting the Pellisier Creek Raid. Watch firsthand a reenactment of Florida's role in the Civil War. Come on out to the Hidden Gem Homestead for a fun-filled family day featuring egg hunts for children 12 and under. Admission prices include a feed cone to feed the animals, and horse rides will be available for an additional $3. Support Troop 4281 at their Easter Bunny Pancake Breakfast. Enjoy photos and breakfast with the Easter Bunny, a kid's Easter egg hunt, face painting, games, selfie station, and more. Get ready for a splashing good time at the Palm Coast Easter egg hunt in the pool. Join in for an unforgettable aquatic adventure filled with surprises and delights for the whole family. For more on these events and others, please visit us on our website at fun4augiekids.com. Have a great weekend.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.
And now, Mike Licio with your WNZF local sports update.
As the season winds down, the winning continues for the Matanzas Pirates softball team. Tuesday, it was the Providence Stallions taking the L. Juliette Vogel hit a 3-run homer, her second of the season. After a 5-run Providence fourth cut the Pirate lead to 1, Leah Stevens re-entered the game, finishing with 12 strikeouts and 5 scoreless innings. With the 11-5 win, the Pirates are now 16-1 on the season. Matanzas has an established goal of winning their first district title since 2022. Stevens was a freshman on that team. She credits them as the foundation for this year's success.
I think that there was an established culture before my grade got here to high school. So I feel like there was a shift happening before we came to high school, and I feel like it's just coming to fruition now.
Mackenzie Manhart talked about playing for her mom, head coach Sabrina Manhart, and the closeness of this team.
I really like playing with my mom. That's how we bond, and that's what I've grown up with her doing my whole entire life. And then these girls I've played with since I was in middle school, so I'm really getting to play with the people who I enjoy being around.
Juliette and Ruby Fogel are relative newcomers, having moved to Palm Coast about 2 years ago, but Juliette says it didn't take long for them to be welcomed in.
These girls are my best friends, and I'm so glad that I've met them.
The Pirates host Atlantic Coast Wednesday. Look for another broadcast to come to the Flagler Radio YouTube channel soon. The Pirate Boys lacrosse season came to an end last night with a 13-3 loss to Tocoy Creek in districts. Another meet, another record for Maya Tyson. The FPC thrower won her 4th straight title in shot put, then broke the school record in discus for the 2nd time this year in yesterday's 5-star conference meet. RJ Watson won the triple jump with a leap of 13.51 meters. This is your home for local sports, with updates Mondays and Fridays. From the WNZF Sports Desk, I'm Mike Licio.